A Perth family claims it's been confronted by a UFO while crossing the Nullarbor. Their stories being backed by other motorists, and the crew of 2 South Australian fishing boats have also reported being buzzed by a UFO. Faye Knowles and her 3 sons claim an orange blob picked their car up off the highway. They fled in terror into the scrub until the object disappeared.
The car was shaking. I went down the window and I said, it's on top of the roof. And all this, I don't know what it was, it all come inside the car like smoke. We thought we were all dead.
And I went down the window and Mum said, there's something on the roof. And I said, come off it, you've got to be joking. And she went down her window and she put her hand on the roof and she goes, my God. She goes, what is it? And I swear to God, I'm not lying. I swear to God, I opened up my window, the car started going out of control. And all this smoke, and it was like smoke. I'm not lying. It was like smoke. And gases all started coming in the car. And me and my brother started to go crazy, I thought it was going in my head.
To the Knowles family in Adelaide, thanks for joining us. And 36 hours now after the event, do any of you have any doubts as to what happened? Do you still believe that it was a UFO that landed on your car?
Yes, we do.
Why do you believe that?
Because we actually saw it, it was chasing us. And it all of a sudden it landed on our car, pulled our car back. And I put my hand out the window. And I fell on the roof.
What did you feel?
It was like a sponge on the roof. It was stuck in the roof, the car. It was a sponge. I saw it.
How big was it? What did it look like?
I don't really know. I can't really explain.
And on the outsides, it was sort of shaped like that, and on the outsides it was like that, and in the centre it was like that. And I asked my brother, if that was a spaceship. And he goes, don't be stupid. So I got up closer to have a look, and it was moving backwards and forwards. And so we decided to take off to have a look. We decided to take off, and it was flying miles back. And I drove miles up the road again, and it was in front of us again.
How high off the ground was it?
It was on the ground.
I mean, it was on the ground.
It was on the ground, facing us when we were driving along.
And then so it was moving along with you?
Yeah, it was following us.
How fast were you going at the time?
I was doing about 200. I got a blowout, and once the car stopped, I blinked out, and I don't know what happened after that.
It was definitely on the roof.
When it landed on the car, what happened?
We were screaming and yelling.
And as soon as it landed on the car, that's when my tyre blew out.
Smoke started coming in the car.
Smoke started to come in the car.
Probably like onions.
And that's when I just blanked out.
There was one report that your voices changed, is that correct?
Yes, they did.
In what way?
Really deep and slow, and I don't know. We started sounding like real deep, deeper than that even. It was so deep, it's really hard to explain. More or less like our voice kind of died out as we were talking.
If a car has a blowout at 200 kilometres an hour, there is a danger, isn't it, that it will overturn. How come you didn't?
There was a weight on the roof, and explain that.
Was the car on the road at all times, or was it lifted off as has been reported?
We don't really know, but we think it has been lifted off the road.
How long did it? How long was it with you, this object?
For about 5 or 10 minutes, we think.
Were there any sounds or smells?
Yes, there was.
There was a sound. It sounded like a humming sound. It sounded like boom, boom, boom. And when it was on the roof, I went down my window, and all the smoke started coming. It was like a greyish black mist. And that's when our voices started to change. All of us, our voices just went really deep and strange. And we felt like we were dying. And the brake, my brother chucked the brakes on the car, and this thing just shot off. And as it shot off, we just hid out in the bushes. Got out the car, hid out in the bushes, waited for about 10-15 minutes. Went over back to the car, took the wheel off, chucked that in the boot, got the spare wheel out, put that on, and we just let down Jack. We didn't worry about Jack, we just chucked Jack in the bushes, and we just shut off. And then it started to follow us again. And it started to come daylight. By then it was starting to get daylight, and it just seemed to lose us for some reason. We turned the headlights off, and that's when it lost us.
Patrick, had any of you been drinking?
No way, no.
Were you tired?
I was a bit tired, yeah, but not tired enough to see a thing like that. And
How scared were you, Patrick?
I was really scared.
Terrified.
Scared as I've ever been.
Well, what was your feelings? What were you feeling at the time when this was all
We're
happening?
going to die. That's what I felt like. We just made us feel like we're dying.
Have you had any unusual feelings since it happened?
A bit sick or something.
I won't turn the lights off at night. I'm too scared to go to sleep.
Any other feelings? What about you, Wayne? How do you feel about it all?
Pretty scary, mate.
What was the worst part of it for you? Would you be happy to go back there and have a look around to see what had happened?
Not really, I don't want to go back.
Something come.
Oh, talking like aliens.
And it couldn't find us. They were jumping.
Was it still there?
It was still there, waiting for it, looking for us.
Was it on the road or
No.
moving around?
We don't know. It was up the road a bit further from us. I'm sorry.
That's all right. And so up the road a bit further, then it had come back looking for you.
Yeah, and then we took off in the bushes.
How long did you stay in the bushes?
Oh, about 15 minutes. Then all of a sudden it took off again. And when we hopped in the car to take off again, it come after us again. Wouldn't leave us alone.
Chef, I'm really scared. Dad, no, we have to keep driving. Oh my God. We're not stopping. And it's gone again. It's gone again. Chef, I'm really freaked out. It's gone again. Dad, we're really scared. It keeps chasing us. What I said? No, definitely not. It's back again. It's back again. Oh my God. Where is it now?
Right in the background.
Yes. It went up in the sky. It went up in the sky. I said I wanted to see one. I didn't think it would chase us. Actually, you know what? If there is a truck stop, let's pull over and have a look because I want to see if it is a vehicle. But I don't think it is. What if we get abducted? We won't get abducted, will we?
I'll follow around the side. It looks like there's a bit of a patchy bit.
No, you can. No, just keep going until we find a proper stop.
Oh, the road looks pretty good here.
Okay. Well, what if it's a truck or something, though? What if it's a truck, though? We get hit.
Is it?
I don't know.
She told us when we got up the road that she didn't know it was us. We were in trouble.
Did she see something?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they came around last night to have an interview with, what's his name?
Fred, I forget his second name now, but they're the ones that reported to the police. There was no witness that said they seen something on our car, but they won't give their name.
Went to the police.
Did it, when you were trying to put it back together again today and piecing together what it might have been, did you cross your minds maybe it was some military weapon, maybe it was some...
No way. It was after us.
Why do you think that they'd single out your car?
We don't know. It was chasing other cars and all of a sudden it come after us. We don't really know. Because there was 4 of us in the car. Big ball of one. Yeah.
It was like it looked like a truck headlight, and on top it looked like it had a light, high beam, like a light high beam, and it like a flash. It was kept on flashing, like a...
It's terrible.
And Sean?
Experts say a possible explanation for the encounter may be a phenomenon called min-min.
Here lived the early part of their lives on this spot, and they would know.
It was terrifying to see it coming towards you. It used to come up close, and if you went towards it, well, it'd just dance away from you.
How often did you see it?
I only saw it twice. There was 2 or 3 girls and a couple of men as well, and living at the hotel.
They all had the wind up?
Oh, especially the girls. The first occasion it was hovering up and down, bobbing up and down. But the second occasion it was streaking along, suddenly went out.
When you saw it, was it like what Ernie was saying?
Yes.
As bright as that?
As bright as that, because in 1923, the mob of cattle camped about 4 miles towards Bullia from here, or towards the Hamilton Hotel from here. And this light appeared just after dusk, just after the cattle got settled on the camp, and came up towards them just like Ernie describes, and just flashed and went out.
Did it scare the cattle?
Oh yes, the cattle rushed everywhere, went over the fences there, everywhere, see. But it never appeared again that night.
Even some of the old residents in this area haven't seen the Min Min light and reckon it's all hooey. But some of them suddenly see it and change their minds. Now take, for example, Pop Searle, who's been a postman in the Bullia Triangle for years and years, travelled the length and breadth of it, didn't believe in the light until he saw it himself.
I pulled up at the gate there, and you could see it was like it was flapping from one post to the other.
Yeah.
About 4 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't rum either. Definitely not. Well, the next time I seen it was coming back from Bullia.
We by yourself?
No, I had 2 ringers and my eldest son with me. And we seen it well back the other side of Lucknare Station, about 5 or 6 miles. I just thought it was a car or a light coming. It followed me for about a mile, and I pulled up on the right-hand side of the road, come towards me. It would be, I'd say, about 200 yards off the road. And it kept sort of coming out and disappearing, coming back again. Be up the road, say, you could see it well up the road, and then be back again. Then I pulled up, and
So we decided to take off to have a look. We decided to take off, and it was flying miles back. And I drove miles up the road again, and it was in front of us again.
I got out and I stood in front of the lorry with the lorry turned off and the lights off. And, well, I don't know how long it was there some time, but it came out, it'd come out one spot and it'd come out another spot.
Hey, it is. You can be very easily deceived if you don't know the country.
No vehicle could come up along these channels. You know, even though that I sort of knew that no vehicle would come there, I sort of still thought, well, it really must be one, because it looked just like the head of one car light. And it came right up to within a few feet of the back of the tent, which was open, and it stood there, and then it made movement from the ground up and down, as I'd always been told that the Min Min light did, you know, when it stopped stationary. And I think, well, I was too mesmerised to think or anything. I just stood still, and my only explanation is that it is a spirit.
Sally, what made you paint that rather scary picture?
Well, a Min Min light is scary, because I saw one many years ago, and I was frightened because nobody knows what it is. My husband and I were sleeping on the veranda because it was summertime, and he'd gone to sleep, and I thought I saw a car coming down our back road, so I gave him a bit of a dig and said, we have visitors. And this light kept coming, and it came to within about 30 yards of the house, and hovered about there for about 10 minutes, and then just went out.
I was heading towards this light, and it just disappeared. And as soon as it disappeared, I got back in the car, and we tried to disappear as well. We got that big of a fright.
Regan, were you frightened too?
Yeah, it just looked like a car had pulled up in front of it, and you know, I just walked over to it and it just disappeared. I had my suspicions earlier that it might have been a Min Min light, because I'd heard of it, because at first I thought it was a car, but it danced around and faded and was bright for so long that, you know, we were getting tired of it. And then, you know, I said to Noel, I think it's a Min Min light, and he said, don't be stupid. And I forgot about it then, and then it started coming on the road as it was a car coming towards us.
You were relieved then?
Yeah, and I said, oh, that's good, it is a car. And it just, oh, well, it was only a few feet away. It just stopped like a car stops in front of you at night, and he got out to go over to it, and it just disappeared.
And then you really were frightened?
Oh, yeah, it must have been that, because, well, you know, we don't believe in any of that sort of rubbish, but I do now. I believe in that anyway.
Family claims it was terrorised by a bright orange object. As Brad Smith reports, their claims have now been supported by other travellers.
It was early morning on the sparse wasteland of the Nullarbor Plain when Faye Knowles and her 3 sons claim they heard an ear-splitting whir as they were chased by a glowing orange object. The Perth family was driving east on the air highway near Mundrabilla, less than 100 kilometres from the South Australian border. Mrs. Knowles has told police at Ceduna the egg-shaped UFO landed on their car as they were travelling at over 100 kilometres an hour. It swung the vehicle around before dropping it with such force it blew a tyre.
What about the people? Were they harmed at all? Weren't harmed, but visibly shaken up.
When the strange object disappeared, Mrs. Knowles and her sons Patrick, Sean and Wayne found their...
I thought it wasn't seem to be there, you know what I mean? It seemed to, I don't know, kind of grab the car started to smoke, more or less, the car started to smoke up. It felt like something was on the car, but I couldn't really explain it. And all the dogs in the car started to go crazy. And inside the car, all the cars started to smoke, you know, it's wound in the windows and the car started to smoke up.
From the reported sighting of a UFO on the Nullarbor Plain. This is despite a second report from a Port Lincoln-based tuna boat that they were buzzed by a UFO. The Defence Department says it won't be investigating. Police also don't intend to test forensic evidence taken from the car of a Perth family's encounter for at least another 10 days.
Left to their defence. Truckee Graham Henley tracked down the Perth family in Melbourne today to offer his support for what he believes was a terrifying experience.
Graham Henley, today he caught up with the Knowles family to talk about one of the strangest. Graham went looking for Faye and her sons after scientific reports discounted their story that their car had been damaged by a UFO.